distinguished delegates and friends. Firstly, I must apologize for almost putting the GPS wire team under pressure because I have to go back to another office. Otherwise, I'll miss some papers which I have to take them today. Otherwise, today is Saturday. Tomorrow and day after, 2 days are holidays. So I'll be in real trouble because of that. Okay, anyway, my presence here, first thing is that, I am heading Survey of India. Okay, Survey of India is probably the organization which was making the foremost or the first navigational aid, that is a map. The first thing, maybe the very, a very basic one, a very basic instrument, but map is also a navigational aid. We have been making these maps for the past 250 years. And believe me, for the past, since till 90s, I can say that there wasn't much demand for the maps. What I mean is that people are using it. I don't say the country was not using it, but we were not chased after. Since 1995 onwards, as you know, GIS technology, it started coming into the country, and it has percolated it so much that today, I think we are really being chased. And GIS and GPS, in GIS, Geoinformation Systems, that is the entire data, geospatial data, plays a very vital role. And as you know, the GPS technology, it is a technology that is being used for collecting the geospatial data. So now you know the importance of GPS. As I can say that now the phrases that is being coined also is that from e-governance and other things, now we are shifting towards G-governance, geospatial governance. So every action of the government is going to be aimed at on a location. It is going to be linked to a location, that is the geospatial data, and that is how the importance of GPS is going about. Okay. Now coming to this, what we were doing in this direction is that I'll just quote an example here. I'll give you a small incident. Earlier, to know the location of a place, we have to carry out triangulation, etc. Otherwise, there was another method also. See, we call it resection. If you can see 3 points whose coordinates are known, which are generally at triangulation stations, you take a theodolite, stand somewhere from where you can see all the 3 points, make an observation, and then we can compute that. That itself used to be a big exercise. And generally, to carry out, to establish a control point, in survey terms we call it a control point, to establish the coordinates of any point, sometimes it used to take months also, because you have to bring the control from a very long distance, then it used to take a very, very long time. Today, it takes, the best this thing is about in 2 to 3 days. If I have a DGPS, I can put it straight away, I can connect it from a distance of even 500 kilometers also. That is the status of the technology that is available. And Survey of India, since the beginning, that is from around 1990 onwards, the GPS technology came into this country. And since then, we have adopted it, and we are strongly into that. Okay. And now, our contribution towards the GPS and the navigation system that is going to be, is that, see, already we have established around 220 first order control points, which are at a spacing of about 250 to 300 kilometers. And then we have completed another 2,200 points across the country, which are going to be at a distance of about 30 kilometers spacing. Okay. These 2 control points, they'll help the GPS community in the way that you don't need to have, in DGPS mode, as you know, if you want to use differential GPS, you have to have a base station and the other rover, it moves around. So here, you are going to have a base station within 30 kilometers in the entire country. The data for all these 2,200 points is going to be ready in maybe another 2 months we'll be able to complete. And secondly, in the very near future, probably we may be starting it off in a couple of months, that we are going to establish a virtual reference system, what generally is known as continuously operated reference system. Like we are going to establish some stations which will emit the signals continuously to help the GPS people. Like with a single standalone mode GPS also, one would be able to get the precise coordinates of the place. So these are the 2 things I thought I would share with you. And then, as somebody said, the GPS market is not exploited properly. I don't have the figures, so I assume the figure given 2% is correct. And even as, like I have spent 28 years so far in the field of survey, and I see that this technology has an enormous future. What the applications today that people are envisaging are very, very basic. And there is I think there is a unlimited scope in this direction. And I congratulate the GPS Wire team for organizing this event. And I thank them for giving me this opportunity. And I thank you all.